So the way that you do commissions is there's three main functions of getting the commission set up. You create the commission plan, you need to assign that commission plan to your employees, and then you go through and you can run the different reports to take a look at and see what your actual commissions are. So the first thing that you want to do is create the actual commission plan that you're going to use in the system. And that can be found under Setup, Pricing Setup, All Pricing Setup. And then from there, there's a section about halfway down the supporting components that's called Commission Plans. So when you click on Commission Plans, this will have a list of all your existing plans if you have some, or if you don't have any yet, on the far right, there is an option for New Commission Plan. So if you click that commission plan, you get your the main screen to go in, create your commission. So the first thing is you want to give it you give your commission plan a name. So we give our name bottom tier commissions. We can make the commission plan based off of either price or based off of margin. So what that will do is that will decide whether it wants to calculate your commissions based off the subtotal of your entire order, or if you want to calculate it based off of the margin, which would be your subtotal minus what it costs you to do that particular order. So in this case, we'll just leave it at price. And then I go down here on the next section and tell it what my commission rates are going to be. So the reason that you see this section here for a number of salespeople is your commission rates can differ based off of the number of salespeople that are on a particular order. So what this is telling me is if there is one salesperson on this order, that person is going to make a 15% commission. If there is two salespeople on the order, then the primary salesperson will make a 10% commission, and then a secondary salesperson would make a 5% commission. And that would be, that's used in circumstances where maybe you have a new salesperson and you're trying to kind of train them on how to do things. You would set them up as maybe the primary, and then have your veteran salesperson be salesperson 2. And that way, each person will get a commission based off of that order, but they'll get a different commission than if it was just a single salesperson on that particular order. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and save this plan now. So right now, there's a section that says Employees and Plan. We haven't assigned this to any employee yet, so there's no employees that are going to show up in that screen. So for the sake of this, I'm going to go ahead and create another commission plan as well. So I got my bottom tier commissions. So I can go over here now and just do a new commission plan. And I will name it top tier commissions. So essentially I want it to be based off of price, and I'm going to have slightly different rates here. So that way the primary salesperson will make 20% on this, and then 15%, and let's go with 7%. So now I have two different commission plans that I can use in the system. So now that my plans are created, I need to go through and tell the system what employees are part of what plan. So to do that, I can go ahead and close out of this screen here, and now I can go to Setup, Employee Setup, and now I can select the different employees that I want to set up to use my commission plan. So in this case, I want Account House to use. Select Account House, edit the employee record, and there's a section under here that says Pricing and then Commission. So what I can do then now is select my commission plan, go through and say I want Account House to be bottom tier commissions. So I just select them in that plan, and I go ahead and save. So now that I have that done, I'm going to go through now and select System Administrator. Go ahead and do the same thing. I'll edit them. I'll give them a commission plan of the top tier commissions. Save them. And essentially, I'm just going to go through every single employee that I want to pay commissions to. I'm going to go through and set them up under a specific commission plan. So I've got those two, and I've got one more person that I want to set up, and that's going to be Jane Doe. So I will go and set her up as a bottom tier commissions as well. So that's all it takes to go through and create a commission plan and assign it to an employee. So now that we've done that, we're able to go through and run the different reports to look and see what my commissions would be on these particular employees. So that can be found under Reports, sales, and then commission reports. So all these reports are the same report, but with just different settings. So I have my commissions based on sales by margin, based on sales by price, based on orders placed by price, based on close by margin, and then based on close by price. So I'm going to go ahead and select based on close by price for this example here, but these options can be changed on the report itself. So we just start at the top and work our way down to different options. You can tell the report to print out a new page for every single employee that shows up. So that way each employee would get their own page of the commission plan. I tell it what commission plan I want to run this report based off of, so I can run it based off of the price plans. I can run it based off the margin plans, or if I wanted to run both of them, I could go and select to run this report off of both of the commission types. So when you're doing your margins, you can tell it what type of cost to use. You can tell it to use the actual cost on a particular order that you've had, which would be the sum of all the usage cards that will add up to make your actual price, or actual cost, or you can make it based off of the estimated cost, which is what you see on the part screen right away. Going down the option list, next I tell it the date range that I want to run this commission plan for. So in this case here, I'm going to go ahead and say I want to see all my commissions based off the close that were done this month. But I also have the ability to do commission on any time frame that I wanted to see what my commissions would have been based off of being able to change that particular date range right there. If I use multiple divisions in my system, I can run a commission plan for each division. I'll come back to the excluded products. I'll go over that last because that's actually a very important feature. So next is if I wanted to run a commission on a specific order, I can go through here and select specific orders to run my commission plan based off of. Report type is what we saw earlier. That's based off of the closed orders, based off of placed orders, or based off of sales orders. For the most part, we usually recommend doing commissions based off of closed orders, and the reason behind that is when an order is closed, its price isn't going to change, whereas if you were to run the commission plan off of a sale order, there is the possibility that you need to go back later and possibly change the price or make a payment or something that causes that sale price to change. So we usually recommend doing it based off of the closed orders, but you can do it off of whatever type of commission plan that works for you. And then lastly, I can go through and tell it particular salesperson. So if I wanted to run my commissions on just a single salesperson, I could go through and select salesperson, unselect all, and then select a specific salesperson to run this commission report off of. So the last option that we skipped that we want to go over because it is a little bit in depth is the excluded products. The way this works is if you have select all, every single product in your system will be included in the commission plan. Whereas maybe you don't want to pay commissions on things like design, shipping, installation. Maybe there's certain products in your system that you don't pay commissions off of. So all you would have to do is unselect, check all, and go through and select the different products that you don't want to pay those commissions off of. And then last was shipping. So I just go through and select all the different options that I don't want to pay commission off of. And now that I have every option set, I can go ahead and hit preview. And it will show me, based off of how I have my commission plan set up, it will we have the options selected for do a new page for each salesperson. So I got three salespeople with commission. So I've got 3 pages worth of commissions. My first page is my account house, and what this is showing me is I have one order where this salesperson was the only salesperson on that order. So it's showing me that I have order 1022 was closed this month. It gives me the company, pricing plan if I use pricing plans, description of the order, the subtotal of the order, the actual cost or the estimated cost depending on how you had that set up, the margin of the order. So if you're doing a report based off a margin, it would be using this instead of your subtotal. And then this is the margin percent. Index is just noting to you basically where that person shows up on the commission plan. So if it's 1 of 1, that's telling you that this is the first salesperson of an order that has 1 salespeople. And then index 1 of 2 is saying that would be that account house is the primary salesperson of an order that had 2 salespeople, two salespeople selected. And then lastly, it gives me the rate based off of the plan that they were selected to. So since account house is set to use bottom tier commission, it's using the rate of 15% with the 1 salesperson, or the rate of 10% if there was 2 salespeople as the primary salesperson. It then calculates based off that rate. It gives me a commission amount, adds up all those numbers, and shows me what the commission value for that particular salesperson is for that month. So if we go to look through the other pages just to make sure, page here has the system administrator. They were set up as a top tier commission. So for their index 1 of 1, they have a 20% rate. The index 2 of 2, which means that this is the secondary salesperson of an order that had 2 salespeople on it. It gives me a rate of 7%. Then gives me the 46.78 as my commission value, adds up those values. And then the third page gives me the commissions for Jane Doe, and essentially gives the similar setup. I've got one order where I'm the primary salesperson with a rate of 15%, and I've got another order where I'm the secondary salesperson of an order with 2 salespeople on it. And that's where that's essentially everything in the system for being able to get your commissions. All right, so that's really all there is to it. You go through and create your commission plan. You assign that plan to your different employees, and then you're able to go through and run your different reports with those commissions and have the ability to exclude certain products if you didn't want to pay commissions on those products. So just as one last quick example here, if I go to excluded products, a lot of the products that were used in this example was the roll sign prints. So if I add that to my list of excluded products and I re-preview my report, as you can see, a couple of the orders have disappeared completely because those orders, all they had on it was a roll sign print, so it's no longer paying commission on those particular items. And that's included in the subtotal as well, so that way the values of those particular excluded products do not show up on your commission. And that's essentially it for all the commission-based ways of setting it up.